Hi there, I'm Professor Kevin W. Tharp, and I'm one of the instructors for the ICT 103 class. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the individual assignment of the semester project, so the Global Perspectives website. So, with no further ado, let's get started here. So, what we like to do here at Stout is we like to use applied learning as much as possible. And so, what we want to do is work with you in this class to take the research that you're already doing, the assignments that you're already doing, and we want to add that component of having you learn how to publish them, not as just a paper, but as a website, because in information and communication technology, this is the primary means of communication. So, what we're going to do, and we'll just do a walkthrough here, kind of high level. It is a global perspective website. What you're going to do is you're going to create a business and you're going to create a website for that business. The way that you're going to do that is you are going to set up a business. You're going to plan a business outside of the United States. That's where the global perspective portion of this comes from. So it satisfies those general education requirements for the global perspective that are called out in education. This is part of how we do that in this class. And then what you're going to do is you are going to look at the sustainable development goals, and you are going to choose a sustainable development goal that you want to work with your company. So there's a that component of it. What you're going to do is you're going to create the website, and then that's the first assignment, the company creation and website. I'll walk into that in a few minutes, but first I want to show you the whole assignment. The second part is a presentation. So after you've created that website, you're going to present that website to and your semester project, not just the website, but your semester project. You're going to record a video and you're going to present that to your classmates or a group of your classmates. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a peer evaluation. So you'll be assigned a certain number of people that you will go in, you'll look at their website, you'll watch their presentations, and you will do a peer evaluation of the work that they've done on this same project. So those are the three assignments that are part of the semester project. So let's get into the website. So what we've got here is the instructions for what you're going to need to do. And I'm not going to go over all of those in this video because that gets tedious, but we're breaking it up into three different sections. Phase one, that's where you form you form your company, you brand it, and you start building the infrastructure. Infrastructure in this case is setting up the website. And of course, planning for content. So this is the base level, setting up your website, preparing it to contain the content, establishing the navigation, all of that. And we'll go into that in a couple of directions in a couple of minutes. Phase two, that's the research and development component. So here, this is what you're going to do. You're going to be focused on researching the country that you're going to be working in from an ICT perspective, and you're also going to be researching the sustainable development goals. So that brings in again that the global perspectives part of this, thinking about how ICTs are different outside of the United States, how that might affect the way that you would go about creating your business or working with it. And then the third phase is to finalize and publish the content. So that's kind of tying everything together. So going into the phase one, what we're dealing with is you're going to form your company, and the information is in here, and it pulls from the activities that you're doing in the class anyway, looking at different things. So you're going to form a country, or you're not going to form a country, you're going to form a company in a country outside of the United States. Then you're going to talk about the details of that. Step two is that you're going to set up a website account. Now, what we're doing is, and there's information about this, including videos in this way. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be using a free WordPress.com site for this class. So in here, there's a video that walks you through what you need to do to set that up. If you were going to add other users, it also talks about adding users, but you're going to be doing this individually, so you won't need to worry about that component of it. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to start with the branding of your organization and planning your content, because you need to work from a plan when you're designing content. So you're going to decide on themes, design elements, menus, navigation, and you're going to create the filler pages so that you can make those menus and navigation elements live before you actually have the content. Later on in the phase 2, you'll do the research and add it. So there's additional information on building the base, working with themes and such that will be in this sway, and those are available for you to use to get a little bit more detail about that. So that's phase 1, is sort of setting the baseline, getting everything ready to start adding the content. In phase 2, what you're going to do is the research and development. You're going to start filling in the blanks. You're going to talk about the country that you've chosen. You're going to talk about the sustainable development. And what you're going to do is you are going to create pages that contain that content. And down here, it will talk about the different kind of information that you need to be researching and including in your website under your company and sustainable development pages. So you're going to have pages for those elements. So that's phase 2. And then phase 3 is finalize and publish the content. This really is where you bring it all together. Right before you would launch that website and make it available for the public, you want to go through and you want to make sure that everything that you need to have included is in there, that it's complete, that it's ready to go, so that when you launch your website, when you first send that thing out, that it is a complete site and it is ready to go. In here, it lists different elements that you're required to have: organization name and logo, products and services, missions, vision statements, staff page, um, e-commerce page. Now, this is important. What you're going to be doing here is a prospectus page. We cannot, with the free WordPress site, you can't set up the e-commerce without signing a contract and paying to have access to a higher level of WordPress site. We're not going to have you do that. So instead, you're going to do a prospectus page where you talk about what is that product or service that you're going to be providing, just as if you were actually going to be providing it. So that's one of the things, that's what we're talking about when we talk about a prospectus page. Again, required website elements. These are all part of WordPress. They allow you to go in and add different types of content. And then importantly, down at the bottom is this executive summary. So this is what you will turn in along with the URL of your website so that your instructor understands exactly where everything is. So what you'll do is, and you can go through this again, you'll have the link. You're going to capture the different screens, different pages of your website, and you'll save those. And I would do that as you're going along, because you just never know when something happens, and stuff does happen. So what that does is, if you save those documents as images or PDFs as you're going through them, then you can later go through and add them into this executive summary when you tell us exactly where the different pages and the different elements are listed, so that you can turn that in. We can see exactly where to find the things that are there, and you'll be ready to go. The next thing that you're going to do, and I don't have the details on this right now because they're going to be a little bit different depending upon which class that you go to, is phase 4 and phase 5. Present the project and peer evaluation, and those will be handled differently depending upon your instructor and how they choose to do it. But this gives you a high level overview of what you're going to do, where to find the kind of things that you need to be doing in each phase, and you'll find that each phase corresponds to one of the modules. So phase 1 is going to come at you in one of the modules. Phase 2 is going to come at you the next. Phase 3. So if you're in a full semester class, phase 1 is going to take about 2 weeks. Phase 2 is going to take about 2 weeks. Phase 3 is going to take about 2 weeks. If you're taking this in a abbreviated summer or quarter course, then those are going to be 1 week to correspond with the time that the modules are. But you already kind of have that if you're involved with one of those things. So that's all I've got for now. That'll introduce you to the project. I'm Kevin Tharp on behalf of all the instructors of ICT 103. We look forward to seeing the work you do. These websites end up being really cool. We love seeing how creative you are. And a lot of people really like the hands-on approach to learning that we do in this project. So that's all I've got for you for now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.